Hello, it's it's me, Josh Hunter. I am currently in Santa Monica, and I got a new jutsu for you. It's a little different. I mean, different to me anyway. Um, Yesterday, I was sitting here at the visitor center here in Santa Monica. It's like a little house thing, or I don't know what it is. It looks like a house, and this guy came, sat down next to me, and I said, "Excuse me, sir, could you please stay at least 6 feet back?" And then he was like, "There's 6 feet between us. This should be enough space. There's no, you don't have to worry." Or and like, all right, there's this thing that's been happening. Like some people are like, "Oh, dude, the virus is fake," is what they're saying. The coronavirus is fake. And I'm like, all right, so I mean, this actually, I mean, in one of my videos, and even I have said, okay, yeah, it's probably a placebo. But even if it is a placebo, you still have to respect the possibility that you don't know everything. If it is a placebo, also, like if lots of people believe it, then it's still going to have an effect. So even if it is fake, if people believe it, that's still something you have to contend with, because people's beliefs exist. People's beliefs are real. The only thing you can do to get rid of, a virus that is anchored in people's beliefs is to change their beliefs. So anyway, this guy, like, he just, this guy's like a sack of rocks or something, dude. Like, this guy, like, he wouldn't move. And so I said, "Sir, because the benches are not very far apart. There's not 6 feet between two people sitting on opposite ends of each bench." And so I'm like, and I'm just like, "Dude, please," like, and I try to give every example of why it was a bad idea. And then eventually he moved. And then, see, nobody ever comes and sits down like that. And then like 10 minutes later, or like 5 minutes later, two other guys come and they try and sit down next to me too. I'm like, "Excuse me, could you please move? There needs to be at least 6 feet distance between us." And the guy's like, I got a mask on. Well, the first guy was like, all right, and he got up. And then the other guy comes and sits down. And then he says, and so when I tell him to move, he's like, "Oh, I got a mask on, so whatever." And I'm like, "Dude, it doesn't matter if you got a mask. There's got to be 6 feet. I don't give a fuck about masks. I do give a fuck about 6 feet. Please keep 6 feet distance between you and me." And then, he was a little less. I mean, he was also reluctant, but his buddy was like, "Hey, dude, just get up, just move." And then he left. And then, and then an older gentleman came by, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, and then he came, and sat down. I was like, "Excuse me, sir, it is for your safety that you should not be this close to me." He's like, "I know, I'm just resting." I said, "Sir, I'm exposed to the public all day long, constantly. Okay, it is for your safety. You need to be at least 6 feet away from me. I am never in a place where I'm in any way shielded from the coronavirus. I'm literally, if I'm not mistaken, I am constantly exposed to it all day long. So for your safety, you need to be at least 6 feet away from me, since it is impossible for me to quarantine. All right." So I said that, and he understood, because he was an older gentleman. And then he got up and he left. And I thought to myself, there's got to be, because generally, yeah, I don't like people sitting that close to me anyway. Like, generally speaking, I don't like people being within 6 feet of me, especially people who don't give a shit if I live or die. Like, that's not the type of person that I want near me. So this jutsu is a little, I don't know if it works. That's what I'm saying. Every jutsu I give, I know that it works. But, I mean, I know the situation and that it works. But this, I don't know. So this jutsu is called, and it's inspired by a song that I wrote. The first song that I ever wrote when I was a boy. I was like 8 years old. So anyway, this jutsu is called "Get the Fuck Away From Me, No Jutsu." And what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to begin the process, or at least sustain the process of keeping people away from you who really, really, really have no business being anywhere near you whatsoever. Meaning, if there's a type of person who really shouldn't ever be at least within 6 feet, but they shouldn't. It's like a kind of it's a restraining order jutsu, except you don't need any police or courts. I mean, if you got the chakra for it anyway. Anyway, so it's inspired by a song that I wrote when I was like 8 years old, maybe 9. I think I was in 2nd grade. And there's this movie called Man's Best Friend with Lance Henriksen. And this guy, he's like a scientist or something, and he genetically modifies his dog, and he combines this DNA with like cheetah DNA and like lizard DNA and all this stuff, and so this dog's like some super fast, super strong dog or whatever. And then the dog breaks out, and so, but he still cares about the dog, like it's his dog. And so he goes, like, I don't know, and there's this one scene where like some guy, he's got the dog, or he's like about to kill the dog, and he's like, "Get away from my dog!" And when I was a kid, I really loved that line, and so I wrote a song called "Get Away from My Dog." And I never had a dog, and but that was the first song I ever wrote. And I think it was just like, just to let you know, there are 2 giant snakes right nearby. I don't know if that means anything. I don't mean to be offensive either. There's literally like 2 snakes passing by. Maybe I'm a snake. I could be a snake. If I am, I don't know. Anyway. So anyway, the song that I wrote, it was literally, how did it go? It was like, I don't remember like the lyrics, but it was just like get away from my dog. There's a lot of gets, and then get away from my dog. And so anyway, this jutsu is meant to begin the process and sustain the process of keeping the wrong type of person away from you. Obviously, you will have to decide what the wrong type of person is. If you consult the Supermind, I'm sure the Supermind will be able to let you know who should and should not be near you. But one of my main issues that I have out here is just people getting too close. Like literally, like being anyway. I won't even reference it. But just I don't, because I'm not a violent person. Like, and what I usually do is I'll just I'll say like, oh, you're gonna regret this. I don't do anything. There's nothing that I can do. Like, I don't have any. Even all of my jutsu, none of them are violence. None of them are like, oh, they're not offensive or attacking. I mean, they're not offensive in the sense that they are like too positive, that type of thing. So, once more, this jutsu is called "Get the Fuck Away From Me No Jutsu," and I don't. If you've given it enough power, enough strength, it should work in live situations. But typically, you want to be working on this while there aren't people around you. I mean, while you aren't in the situation where you want someone to get away from you, and also you have to kind of believe. You have to find like some source of intelligence. That's why I recommend you consult the Supermind. To put intelligence into it. That way you're not telling the wrong person to get the fuck away from you. Because sometimes there are people who are close to you and they're not, even though they're like annoying or whatever, or people you don't necessarily want to be nearby, that doesn't mean that they're not, that doesn't mean that, it could be like a signal. Sometimes life is like trying to tell you something. So that's why you want to practice it, so you yourself will know the difference between a person who really should not be anywhere near you and someone who's just an indicator or something. But then again, I think you should get some better indicators. Like, and this might be more to myself than it is to anyone else. But I don't know. Like, people treat me like shit and they leave me out here to die, but then they also want to be right the fuck up next to me. Like, do I have the right to privacy? Is my question. Do I have the right to privacy? Because a lot of people are saying, oh, we all have the right to privacy. The government should not listen in our calls. The government should not do this, do that. Okay, if you guys are saying that you have a right to privacy, do I have the right to privacy? Do homeless people have the right to privacy? I'm not speaking for homeless people. I don't represent homeless people. But I'm just saying, because what privacy do I have? When I go to bed at night, there's no privacy whatsoever. Anybody can come up and do anything. And hey, have done anything. So you guys are saying you have the right to privacy, but you're not doing anything to guarantee my privacy. You're not doing anything to guarantee the right of privacy of people who live in your country. Therefore, you don't deserve the right to privacy. That's what this is. I don't know if that's what this is about, but that's why it's okay for the government to spy on you. Okay, do you understand? All of these things are connected. Every issue that we're dealing with in the modern society is connected. Homelessness is connected to social inequality, and social inequality is connected to, poor infrastructure, and that's connected to, economic instability, and all of these things are connected. Alright, so let me say once more, if I'm treated as if I don't deserve to have privacy, which is what is occurring, okay, when people get up right the fuck next to me who have homes to sleep in. Like, these aren't like homeless people who come up and like hang out with me. Did I get it? These are people who have houses, okay? People who can go home, sleep in a bed, and feel like there are at least 4 walls around them. And they come up and invade my privacy. And obviously, I'm not the first homeless person who ever existed, so this has been going on for years. So of course people don't deserve to have privacy, okay? The homeless people that live in your world are a part of your community. And yes, they may be like, and I'm not speaking for homeless people, I'm talking about me. Okay, I don't give a fuck about homeless people. I don't give a fuck about homeless people, sorry. Okay, so then, alright, so I'm saying, oh, maybe that's it. Okay, if I don't care about homeless people, then I also don't care about my privacy. Shit. Is that what this is? Damn it. Because, yeah, if you don't care about homeless people, then you don't care about guaranteeing a minimum amount of privacy. Because homeless people have no privacy whatsoever. In fact, they're exposed to, like, the entire fucking universe. I mean, if they got, like, if like, stars have, like, telescopes or something, I mean. Well, damn, I guess, maybe that's why I'm homeless, because I don't care about homeless people. Alright, so how much do I care about my privacy, though? I care about having walls and distance between me and, like, everyone else. I don't care if people spy on me. I don't feel like I've had any privacy since the year 1997. I mean, 1997. I don't, like I said, I don't care if people fucking watch me, because I'm getting, like, observed all the time anyway. Like, I don't... Alright. I don't know, how am I supposed to... Well, I guess we'll have to determine, like, what privacy is, yeah. So anyway, as long as there are homeless people, you're going to have the government or somebody spying on you. You need to guarantee the right to privacy of every citizen, even people who are at the bottom of your society. And that's, I mean, that's as plain as day. All right, that's basic mathematics. It's basic to me anyway. All right. I'm 33 years old, and I have the best grades on earth.